Have you ever wondered how you can make yourself look years younger in a very short time? Well, I'm going to show you my quick and easy routine with no faff, little makeup, and will transform from this to this in 10 minutes. Hello lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel, Hey Spring Chicken. My name is Cordelia, and if you're a returning viewer, it's really good to have you back. And if you're new here, welcome. Today's topic is looking younger in a short amount of time. In fact, 10 years younger in 10 minutes. I am a person that likes to put makeup on every single day, whether I'm outside or staying indoors. I feel more comfortable with makeup. However, I don't want a full makeover every single day. So today, specifically that in mind, we're going to look at ways to help you look younger, more refreshed in a very short amount of time. So here's the plan. I'm going to give you 5 simple steps that will take 10 minutes. Might take a little longer on camera, but in reality it will take you 10 minutes to hopefully give you that polished look. I love this routine and I use it every single day because it's light and fresh and it just makes me feel better. And I feel this takes a few years off my appearance without piling on the makeup. Some of the products you have most certainly met before, so please forgive me if this looks like repetition. So the 5 steps are these: hydrate and glow, frame the eyes, adding a youthful flush. That will be a really simple, brilliant tip that hopefully you're going to love. Brighten and define your eyes. And finally, plump and just add a little bit of gloss to your lips. And those are all we're going to do. And hopefully we'll do that in 10 minutes. So for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you may have noticed I don't have any makeup on, which is an obvious one. But I'm going to start with getting the hair out of my face. I'm just adding some collagen oil on my lips. It just makes them a little bit more plump. I have mentioned many times the analogy about the main ingredient is my moisturiser. I'm going to say today that isn't going to be the case, because if I'm going to use an SPF either with a tint or just an SPF moisturiser, I do not need an additional moisturiser. If I'm going to use a luminizer, I don't necessarily need the moisturiser. So today we're going to have one side is going to be an SPF, which is the birch juice, either in or out. I will add this to my face. This is an SPF 50. A lot of these products I have videos in their own right. We'll do the right side with an SPF, and therefore take it down the neck. I don't need a moisturizer. On the left side, I'm going to use Artless, and this is another Korean product. This is Glow Base. As you can see, that is really iridescent. Now, not everyone is going to like iridescent, but once you put it underneath a tinted serum or a foundation, which is what we're going to do, it just glows through. I don't know if you can see the glow. So you can see on the forehead. Now, I often have a shiny forehead anyway. Last night, the editor mentioned, what products are you going to use today? And I was going to use some lovely new BB creams, but I'm not. I'm going back to my original TRINNY London, which is the BFF DESTRESS. And why I'm going back to that? Because it's brilliant. This product, it's a tinted serum, but as you can see, it sits proud on top of my hand. You only need one pump, and it is more like a foundation than a serum. We are going to keep it simple. We're just going to use my fingers. Right, I'm going to come in close now so you can see. I am going to just use fingers because TRINNY, when she uses this, is just fingers. We will do this very quickly. It is buildable. It is a tinted serum. Now, I want to just say to you guys, because many of you complain that it peels, and it can and it does. And the reason it peels is it sometimes doesn't like what's underneath it. So for instance, I have tried this with TRINNY's own BFF tinted sun protector, and it doesn't like it and it peels. But it does like these 2 products. Continuing to build, you take out the hairline. You could use a sponge, you could even use a brush, but honestly, this is so quick and so easy. I will add a tiny bit on my eyelid. Be careful because it can sting a bit. you get it in your eyes. I have got really dark eyelids, so much so that I have had people say, oh, you're wearing eyeshadow. I am not. I had an operation on my eyes many years ago, and this is the side effect. So you can still see that it's a little bit red in here. We can build on that. The whole idea is this is simple. It's not going to look layered, it's just going to look glowy. Here is what I looked like just a minute ago. This is what I look like now. As you can see, this is a really good cover. I love this product. I know I've spoken about it loads. I am not sponsored by TRINNY, even though I talk about her a lot. In fact, I'm not sponsored by anyone, which leads me to say that I will have the links below of all the products we use today. Some of them will have affiliate links, which mean if you click and buy, I will receive a teeny tiny commission, for which, thank you. The other product I use of TRINNY's is the Serum Concealer. Oh, I meant to tell you, the shade that I use for my face is Jemima, and the shade that I use on my under eye is Maisie. Now, again, you can use a brush, but using your, I'm going to tab it on there because I've got a bit of a red spot going on there. TRINNY, when she introduced this, said, if you imagine a concealer and a serum had a baby, this is what they'd have. It's just brilliant. And I just dab on with this finger. Now, I know a lot of you like to use a concealer brush. I find this really pushes it in to the creases, and you don't have to rub it in. You just let it sit there, and it dries nicely into the under eye wrinkles, and where a lot of concealers just enhance it and make my eyes look a whole lot worse. In fact, that's the whole point with foundation. I find that recently, certainly it's been a long time since I've been able to use powder foundation, but this sort of cream, this serum, gives a good effect. Both of these will have hyaluronic acid, and that gives this plumping effect which lasts all day. So when you hydrate your skin, hyaluronic acid is your best friend. This is step one, hydrate and glow. Second step is frame the brows. Framing the face with brows. The eyebrows are, as most of you know, very important. I overplucked mine when I was a teen, and I have very few hairs left. So I took the really brilliant decision about 3 years ago to have my eyebrows tattooed. That was one of the best decisions I made. It is semi-permanent, and it is all a little painful, and I have done a film of me actually in the beauticians having the eyebrows done. But sometimes, even though they're tattooed, they need a little bit of extra lift, and they need a little bit of gel. The pencil that I will use is the Maybelline. Now, this Maybelline is absolutely wonderful. So it's like a pen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fill in where I've covered over with the makeup, and you're just penciling in. As I say, I have tattooed eyebrows, so I don't have so much work to do, but this pencil, absolutely wonderful. I will add in the description below. And the other end is the gel, and that is it. So that is why having semi-permanent makeup on my eyes and my eyeliner just saves masses of time. The idea is to create a nice soft arch on the eyebrows. Now, if you like the bigger effect, that's entirely your choice, and you know, I've seen lots of different eyebrow shapes on many different women, and I like a lot of them, but for me, I suit the softer eyebrow. Mine are at different levels. If I look at you, you can see one is higher than the other. This is normal. As Victoria Beckham says, they're sisters, not twins. It's perfectly normal. Now I want to add a youthful flush, like I have been out for a good long walk and my cheeks are nice and rosy. We're not contouring, we're just going to do a youthful flush. So the product I'm going to use for my youthful flush is Plumping a Flush by Studio 10, and it's called Glow Plexion. Studio 10 are makeup products that are aimed specifically at the more mature woman. I put way too much on the back of my hand, so I'm going to rub it in the back of my hand, and it looks like that. I'm not going to use anything like that. We're going to dab in. I'm using the angled brush there. If only my contact lens would stay in place so I can see what I'm doing. And then we're just going to rub in and up. We're not using contour, as I mentioned. We're not using a bronzer today. This is just, I've been out for a healthy walk. We're going to use some of this. I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush. And we're just going to add a little on the eyes. It's not a makeup. I'm not using eye makeup. All I'm doing is creating a flush. Come down the nose a bit. On the chin. Let's have a little bit down here. Step number 4 is brightening and defining the eyes. Without a doubt, the quickest way to make mature eyes look brighter and bigger is by tight lining. And by that is against the waterline. I have done a video to show you how to do it, but we are going to do it today. But before we do, I want to just say that I have semi-permanent eye makeup on my eyeline, which really helps because my hands now are a bit shaky and I can't do it. So if you ever get the chance, it is jolly painful, but it is worth it, and it lasts about 18 months, I would say. In fact, I'm going for a renewal next month. So what you will do with the waterline is it's just there, and this is called tight lining. So maybe you can see the difference there and there, and that is all we're going to do. I find that tight lining on the upper eye works, but not the lower. The lower, it just makes my eyes look smaller. You can, if you wish, add a white pencil on the inside, and that somehow makes it look even bigger. We're not doing that because we're keeping it as simple as we possibly can. So that is that. Next is mascara. Now, me and mascara have a bit of a love-hate relationship. I find that mascara will often drop on my cheek, it gets everywhere, and I am unable to wear it the way I used to, and I do not want the faff of fake lashes. But I have found a mascara that does work with my eyelashes. Now, I haven't got any mascara on now, even though the last time we did this, some of you guys said, "You've got mascara on." I didn't, but we are going to put some on now, and this is a tubing mascara. Now, you may or may not have come across a tubing mascara, but it quite literally does put a little tiny tube on each lash. And I tell you, this absolutely stops the smudging. I'm also not a fan of curling my eyelashes. I know many of you last time said, "Oh, use a curler." Because I'm blind in one eye, when I go to do this eye, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm curling God knows what. So the product that I'm using is Boots number 7 Stay Perfect. I have been informed by one of you lovely guys from the US that I believe it's Walmart starting to sell Boots products. So if you hop along there, you might be able to find one, and honestly, you will not regret the tubing mascara. I have done a review of tubing mascaras, and this was by far and away the best. If you can't get this one, then the other is Ico. I will add the link of that as well, and that's a very good number 2. So that's all I've done really with my eyes. Step number 5 is plump glossy lips. Keeping it simple means we won't define, so we're not going to bother defining the lips. We will use a nude lipstick, and this is a matte. Everybody does matte nude lipsticks, but this one is Lipstick Queen. I'm not sure they still make it. The next product to give the gloss is a Studio 10, and this is called Thirst Quench. Oh my goodness, I have been using this for quite a few years now, and it can turn any lipstick that you have into something really special. The observant amongst you may notice I look completely different. That's because it's the next day. I was making up this morning and I put on this on my lips. Oh my word, I thought, this really belongs in the film. Simple, get ready, 10 years younger. So what am I looking at? These are Revolution Lip to Cheek. And I actually did a film of 3 of these, and they are a real dupe for Jones Road. So rub it in with your fingers again. These are amazing. I will add on the screen how much they are. Suffice to say, if you like Jones Road, you will like these as well. And these are considerably cheaper. And that's it, 10 minutes and here we are. I'd like to say that I look more polished and 10 years younger. I do feel more confident. I do feel able to face the world now. I know it's daft, but that's how I feel. And if it helps you, I'm very pleased. I really hope you liked it. And if you do, click the like button and let me know what you do, what tips that you use, and what you can't live without every single day. And ding the bell, because when you ding the bell, it alerts you to content that we're uploading every single week. And subscribe, because when you subscribe, it lets the algorithm know we're doing something right. But in the meantime, if you've made it this far, I want to really thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, weekend, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you soon. Thank you. My one thing I can't live without is my lip gloss. Well, actually 2. I can't live without the blusher either. Well, 3 maybe. I can't live with. You get it. So the lipstick is what I like best.